Well, ladies and gentlemen, the biggest trade of the offseason just happened. A lot of chaos in the NFL. It was almost like a little bit of an NBA offseason. But the biggest bomb just dropped. We're going to talk about it. We're doing a real draft tonight. Appreciate y'all for being here with us. There are a lot of questions in the chat. On the Flock site for us to answer as well. So if you've submitted a question today, don't worry. We're going to get to your question as well. Last thing I'll say is if you got any drafts coming up this weekend, do not go in it blind. Get your 2025 season pass, $34 one-time purchase. You get some vouchers to come on the stream and we'll help you with your fantasy team. You get the draft guide, the cheat sheet, unlimited access to the Flock site. So definitely do not miss out on that. And I got to let you guys know that we are doing a giveaway today. That's right. We are giving away another team playbook. Our 2025 team playbook is a customized review of your fantasy football team. Basically, the way it works is we'll be live streaming, we'll review your team on the live stream, and then in 72 hours after that, you get this beautiful playbook, which is a game plan to go execute your fantasy football season, specific trade targets, etc. Now, if you want to enter today's giveaway, all you have to do is like the stream and type 1 week, all one word, with the number 1 week in the chat, because we are 1 week until real NFL football, ladies and gentlemen. So type the number 1 and week all in one word and like the stream, and you'll be officially entered into today's giveaway.
In one word.
We will do that giveaway at the end of today's stream. Now, the big news is Jerry Jones traded away Micah Parsons to the Green Bay Packers. Sorry, I'm even shocked. Okay, so I did not see this coming. Maybe people out there did. I'm gonna be real with you. I did not see this coming. Micah Parsons is a Green Bay Packer, and this is the funniest quote I've seen in like a long time. It almost feels like it's, if you needed any more indication that it's time for Jerry to hang it up, this might be the final nail in the coffin here. Jerry Jones on the Micah Parsons trade. You know, those draft picks, let me say it differently. Those draft picks could get us a top Pro Bowler. I mean, yeah. It's the level of awareness is at a -3.
Yeah, look.
You sent away the best edge rusher in the NFL today before he's even in his prime. What do you mean? Maybe you could get a Pro Bowler with those draft picks. It's time to hang it up. It's time to hang it up, Jerry. You've done enough, my guy. Like, what do you mean you might get a Pro Bowler?
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of crazy. That's kind of... I saw another tweet. I'll send it to you right now. This is his words.
Okay.
Okay? These are his words. I'm going to send it to you, and you can read it out loud.
All right.
For the people. For the people to see. Oh, shit. I think I sent you... Give me a sec. Let me send this
okay.
one.
This is absolute chaos. I don't think any of us expected
There you go.
this to happen today. Again, you guys might have expected it. We definitely didn't. This is a quote from Diana Rossini on the situation. Jerry Jones in response to John Machota, who is covering the Cowboys for The Athletic. He says, in our judgment, this gives us a better chance to have a better team than we have in the last several years. Yeah, so... it's time to hang it up, Jer. I think you've done enough.
Shout out to the Cowboys fans. I'm glad that your season's starting this way. This is exactly what we needed here in the NFC East.
If you're a Cowboys fan, you're welcome, but just know that we hate the Cowboys. All right, so you're going to have to deal with that. But could you imagine being just a fan of Dallas sports? Because if you think about this in a different light, Luka Doncic was traded. Now, they got lucky. They got really lucky. Maybe collusion with the Mavericks with getting Cooper Flagg. But the Packers are not going to be the number 1 overall pick. You are trading for 2 late first-round picks here for a top 3 edge rusher before his prime has even begun. So this is the levels of insanity here. And by the way, do you remember, Badaki, back in the day when the Jets traded away Jamal Adams? Do you remember that deal?
Yeah, it was like... Wasn't it like 3 first-round picks or 2 second-round picks or something like that?
The Jamal Adams trade was 2 first-round picks.
Yeah.
You got the same return for Micah Parsons, the best edge rusher in the NFL right now. If you were to build your NFL team today for the next 5 years around any edge rusher, it would be Micah Parsons. Sure, there are older ones that are better, but it would be Micah Parsons. You got the same deal that the Jets got for Jamal Adams. It's insanity. The levels of incompetency, I'm sorry, at an all-time high. But I appreciate y'all for being here with us. We will talk about it all today. We've got a real draft, and can't wait to jump in with you guys. Now, one thing we need to let you guys know that if at any point during today's stream you want to get a question prioritized, you can do so with the link that we're going to pin in the chat, okay? Anytime you pop a question over on the Flock site, we're going to prioritize that question and get straight back to you. Obviously, we'll do our best with the chat as well. Appreciate y'all for being here. We've got a 100-yard dash, and here's the good news about tonight's league. Badaki's in it. I felt you had a craving or something, because when we were talking about the league, you were like, I want in the league. I want to be.
I got an itch. I got an itch, so and I needed to scratch it, and I'm scratching it right here, right now. Give me a top pick here.
So big shout out to everybody in this league. They are all land members in different ways, shapes, and forms. But we're going to go ahead and decide this draft order. I'm going to shuffle it Micah Parsons 11 times. Shout out to Micah. You got to be feeling good if you're a Packers fan. So we shuffled it 11 times, and we're going to go ahead and decide the draft order this way. Good luck to everybody. Where you finish is your draft pick, and this is starting here in 3, 2, 1.
Here we go.
Straight off the bat, Badaki, you are moving.
I'm off the line there.
But Pigeon Man with a little momentum there. Yeah, maybe you turn the sliders up. I don't know. All right, so it looks like Aselamo is leading the way, but very balanced outside of Chasing Breakers and Commissioner Rowan. They are at the back of the pack.
Moving, baby.
But it looks like Aselamo, the first to 30, but your What Hurts is right on his ass. This is very tight here. Who's going to be the first across the 40? It is Pigeon Man, but we've got different players with bursts all over the field, unless your name is Chasing Breakers. If your name is Chasing Breakers, you are not winning this race, unfortunately. I hate to tell it to you.
Game. Come on, baby.
Expect a late first-round pick, as Styles is also slowing up. Chef Keith at the top of the screen here, but it looks like at the moment your What Hurts and MPN are leading the way, but Badaki is not far behind. Badaki looks poised for a top 6 pick, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, can I get MPN, the first one to the 15-yard line, but Pigeon Man is not far behind. Don't rule out the Boyette, though. The Boyette's at the top of the screen. Badaki's in there. Your What Hurts had a little energy burst there. It could be Pigeon Man. It could be Pigeon Man, but your What Hurts says not today. This is my pick, and he gets the #1 overall pick in the draft, followed by Commissioner Rowan out of nowhere. Commissioner Rowan looked primed for a last pick, but he gets high. Badaki there in 4th, 5th to the Bow, then Chef Keith at 6th. Styles gets 7th. MPN gets 9th. 10th is Tiki Torch. 11th is Aselmo. And we might have to kick Chasing Breakers out of the league at this point. You know, he's not... Is he okay?
My guy's Aldrich estimating speed, he says.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Chasing Breakers is not having a good race here. He did not stretch beforehand. He said, you know what? I got it. It's fine. I can figure this out.
I've been there before.
Yeah. Sure. Yeah, we all have. Okay, that is your official order there. And our Commissioner, Rowan, is going to set that order for us. Again, appreciate y'all for being here with us. While we're waiting on that, I just want to remind everyone, we're going to set this draft order, but if you're just joining us, we are doing a giveaway today for a 2025 team playbook. It is a customized team review for your fantasy team from Badaki and myself. We'll review your team live, and then you get the playbook afterwards, and we're doing this for free, right? This is the giveaway today. So all you have to do is like the stream and type 1 week into the chat, all one word, #1, and the week, all one word, because we are 1 week from football. This time next week, we're watching football. We're watching real football.
Watching real football.
This is
That's crazy.
Real life, okay? So appreciate y'all for being here with us. Now, I think we do have the draft order set. This is the same exact format as the Flock League, so it's a start 8-1 quarterback PPR. Shout out to everybody in the league. Appreciate y'all for being here. The last real land community league that we're doing this year, except we have one tomorrow. I just realized we actually have a league tomorrow as well. That's just one that was already planned, but appreciate y'all for being here with us. Again, 2025 season pass, $34 one-time purchase. Use the code LAND. Some of these perks you'll be available to have too. All right, let's go ahead and start the draft here. Let's do 1.5 minutes per pick, and then in round 4, we'll drop it to 60 seconds. How's that sound?
Yeah, I'm feeling good about it. Feeling good
All
about
right.
it.
Whenever Commissioner Rowan is ready, let's get this thing rolling. Your What Hurt says, I might shake things up and pick JCM in the first pick. Now, it is important that we explain Code Cinnamon here for a second, because let's change that from 2 minutes to 1.5 when you get a second, Rowan. So this is a real league. I want you guys to keep that in mind. This is a real league, real money pot. So what we do in real leagues is we have something called Code Cinnamon. What Code Cinnamon means is, don't be the guy in the chat who's like, why is Jamar Chase still there? Why is no one drafting Jamar Chase? What about Jamar Chase? He should be drafted by now. Because think about it from this perspective. When you're in your home league, do you want to be the guy who's yelling out a name that's not drafted yet? Maybe you do, and we don't want to play with you in that scenario. No one likes that guy, okay? Just let the draft happen, and then we can talk about the picks as they come off the board. Appreciate y'all diving into a real draft here with us, as Chase and Bijan are the first 2 picks. Badaki's there at the 104. Good to get Styles in one of these as well. Cool to see that. Selimo, some of these guys from our Dynasty community. CeeDee Lamb comes off the board there at the 103. You're on the clock. What are you thinking?
I am on the clock here. I don't have any Jahmyr Gibbs, so that's exactly where I'm going to go here.
I like it. He's such a fun
of our
pick.
Drafts.
He's such a fun pick.
Yeah, I like it. I was going to get excited about CeeDee there, but that's okay.
I want to give a shout out to everybody who is on the stream with us, like Jorge and Andy and Sparrow and Kalani and Styles and Awong and Jeremy and Large Turkey and Picnic is here, and our guy Daniel Macy, Expert Countdown Man, is in the building. Mike is here, and Andy is in the building. Sunny, TK, Niall. It's hard to get to everybody's questions. WBU, TK, I said that already. The Knicks are here. The organization, the New York Knicks. The Big Pun is in the building. Dominic. I just want to say a shout out to everybody. It's hard to give everyone a shout out. Patrick's in the building. No, my name is Patrick. But shout out to you guys for being here. So, in the first 5 picks, we have Chase, Lamb, Bijan, Gibbs, Jefferson. Not in that order. And Chef Keith has the last pick. I've had Gibbs as my RB1 the whole offseason. So I like that pick from you. But I am starting to wonder if we should put Saquon ahead of Bijan. And sure. I'm not saying that is my answer right now. I'm just starting to question that process. Just with them losing their starting center from last year, losing their right tackle, the Eagles have the best offensive line. So I'm just wondering if that's a move that we should make. Although I did just realize I am breaking Code Cinnamon, and that is on me. See, here's the difference. I'll hold my hand up. I'll say, you know what? That's on me. I got to be better. Okay?
You have to be better there. That's just absolutely crazy that and Styles was about to
Oh my God. I didn't expect this.
And Styles
Oh my gosh.
Shut the fuck up. He's saying shut up. He's literally telling you. Be quiet.
There's no way Styles thought that was ever going to happen. All right. Saquon Barkley coming off the board. Wow, I didn't expect that, but hey, shout out to Belief and Malik Neighbors,
hey,
Chef Keith.
I believe it. Come on,
shout out to
talk
you, man.
That shit up, baby.
Hey,
Malik
man,
Neighbors.
Get your guy. Go ahead.
Oh hell yeah.
Go ahead now with your bad self.
The
Get your guy. So Malik Neighbors comes off the board there right before Saquon Barkley and then Christian McCaffrey. Yeah, I mean, I'm starting to ask the question if I should put Saquon ahead of Bijan. Like I said, we can have this conversation now. But for you to get Saquon at the 107, Bijan at the 102, and me asking these questions, that's pretty nice, I'd say.
I mean, yeah,
that's pretty nice.
I think it is pretty nice. Like, I think it's once again kind of choose your poison type of deal. I understand the concern, but I also think Jahmyr Gibbs is going to get a lot of passing opportunities. That's still a high-powered offense.
Well, I'm not talking about Gibbs though. I'm only talking about Bijan.
Sorry. I mean that in the Saquon, not Gibbs. Like, it's still a high-powered offense. He's going to get a lot of passing opportunities. I think kind of pick your poison type of situation, regardless whether that's Bijan or Saquon.
Yeah.
It just depends on which offense you really feel like is going to have a lot more opportunities. And I can understand, like, Saquon and the Eagles feel like their opportunities are more because of how they're just coming off a Super Bowl win. Their offensive line's elite. They're constantly going to score. That defense is really great. Now, can we say the same thing about the Falcons? I don't know.
Well,
We're putting a lot of weight in. We're putting a lot of weight in it.
That's the whole narrative I'm trying to discuss. I think if you remove, like, if we're all 100,000% honest, with, like, completely remove age, completely remove the narrative of workload, I think Saquon goes 10 times out of 10 ahead of Bijan. Now, obviously, that's an important factor in people's decisions. Historically, it's mattered how much work you've gotten in your career, right? How much work you've had the season before. Obviously, there's history to tell us that matters. But all I'm saying is, if Saquon stays healthy, I struggle to see him not outscoring Bijan this year with the offensive line in Atlanta starting to fall apart a little bit.
Yeah, I get that.
Okay, so
where you're coming from.
After Saquon comes off the board, Christian McCaffrey goes at the 108. Puka Nacua, wow, that's beautiful.
A booga booga.
I don't even think I would sell him for Jefferson at this point. If you came to me and just said, "Hey, I'll give you Jefferson,"
that's just a joke.
I don't think the price has gone up. Yesterday's price is not today's. Amon-Ra St. Brown at the 110, then Ashton Genty, Derrick Henry, Nico Collins, Brian Thomas, and Devon Achane all off the board. So Aselmo there and Chasen Breakers wanting to prioritize their running backs, but still getting wide receivers that I would personally draft in the first round. Like, I personally have a first round grade on the Collins, on the Thomases in fantasy drafts this year. So I think they both got probably what they wanted there. And now MPN Jr. is on the clock, and this is where the tough decisions begin. This is where, if you make the wrong move, an entire comment section can come for your head top. Okay? So, be careful.
Be careful.
I just got a link from some, like, official Chiefs fantasy football league. What is this about on Sleeper? As Bucky Irving comes off the board, man. I mean, I'm going to ask you again. Could you imagine a better start to a fantasy football draft? Could you imagine a better start than Bucky Irving and Puka Nacua? My God, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
Somebody talk me down, because I'm too hyped. I appreciate y'all for being here. Shane with the question here on YouTube. Thanks for the donation, my friend. He says, hey, guys, you had to stash one player in PPR. Which one would it be? Braylon, Dillon, Judkins, Najee, Ollie, Gordon, or Bigsby? Yeah, you're kind of like...
That's a great question.
You're putting this tier of players that I would really view similarly. The only player I'm not really that interested in stashing is Najee. And Najee's probably the one that you could start over any of these other names from week one. So exactly. Let me explain that. Like, Najee probably has more value straight away, but when we're thinking about stashes, we're not really so concerned about what exactly am I going to get week one. It's about stashing a player that you think could progress over the course of the year. I think we will see Najee get less and less work over the course of the year. And I think all of those other names, I could see the opposite. You know, I could see all those other names actually improving their value and their opportunities over the course of the year. So I would not say Najee, but I honestly think all these guys are in the same tier at this point. Now, if I had to choose a name, I do believe Braylon Allen is my highest ranked player. Let me double check for you. Oh, sorry. That would be, I mean, Judkins would be my highest ranked player.
Yeah, I was going to say it's going to be Quinchon for me.
Yeah. It would be Judkins. But I understand this difficult question. I really do. Like, I understand how hard that might be. But between Judkins and Bigsby, that's where I would go right now. Bigsby is my RB33. Judkins my RB30. If all these guys are available, Badaki, let's be real. If all these guys are available, you might as well stash Judkins. And if he doesn't figure something out with this team, then you could pick up like any of these names anyway. It sounds like your waiver wire is very deep. So pick up Judkins. If he signs, you'll be regretting that you didn't pick him up. And if he doesn't sign, then, you know, get one of these names like a Bigsby. Pick up a Bigsby. Pick up a, you know, a Dillon, a Braylon. You know, so I would probably go ahead and say we're going to keep the Judkins there, Shane. I appreciate that. Someone is asking if I'm undercover in PNJ. Mill says, no Zach in the league. He just gets to chirp all night. That's right.
He just gets to chirp all night. Okay, I was getting really excited there. They would edge me there with Chase Brown downtown, and then bang!
Did someone edge you?
He edged me right there to the
Damn.
edge.
But Aki got
And then he
edged up.
stole them right from under me. Okay. Let's get a guy that's about to just go absolutely crazy, according to Mason Dodd. I'll take Josh Jacobs here.
Yeah, I'm starting to see everyone make the connections. Right? If you think about it, right, like their defense is going to be better, so Jacobs is going to be a better play. You know what I mean? Yeah. So that makes a lot of sense. It's funny that everybody is now talking about how the Bengals of 2024 are the Cowboys in 2025. That's been my narrative all offseason, even before the Micah Parsons trade. Guys, before the Micah Parsons trade last year, the Cowboys were already bottom third in the league in like every defensive category, like yards given up per game, points given up per game. They were already like bottom 3 team in those categories.
Oh.
So to lose Micah Parsons, yes, the Cowboys will be this version of the Bengals last year as
Chuba Hubbard goes in the second round there. It's clear that your what hurts really, I mean, he probably wasn't expecting Chuba Hubbard to come back somehow, some way. I mean, there is at least 1, 2, 3, 4 running backs I would have taken ahead of him specifically.
Your what hurts, my friend. I need you to log off, take a cold shower, come on back for the draft, my guy. Look, I love Chuba Hubbard, but yeah, that's wild.
Wow,
that's wild. Get your guy. To be fair, let me make the case for your what hurts. If he wants Chuba Hubbard, Chuba's probably not coming back to him at the 4-5 turn. However, you are absolutely reaching with that pick. So
my guy, he says, my guy. Look, I kind of was getting myself hyped up because I was watching the Carolina Panthers, little behind the scenes. Chuba Hubbard was in the middle, leading the pack, giving that inspirational speech. Yep. It kind of gets you pumped for the season, really showing how big of a leader he is in that offense. I mean, doesn't mean anything for fantasy football, to be fair, but if you're watching, there goes A.J. Brown off the board.
Rowan got saved with A.J. Brown in the 3-2. Oh, my God. What is happening? Rowan, that's... Wow. Your wide receiver room could have looked so different, my friend. That's beautiful. All right. Well, this is chaos. This is a real draft, and I love it. I love the chaos. It wouldn't be fun without the chaos.
Let's go! I wanted Ladd McConkey so bad. I almost took him at the 2-9. That's an easy pick for me.
So Ladd McConkey comes off the board.
I wanted him so bad. I was sweating. I was like, you know what? I'll be happy with JSN on the comeback. I'm just going to be just as great. And I didn't think a running back was going to come back to me there. Because I was like, you know what? I'm going to take Ladd McConkey and see if like Kyron comes back to me at the 3-4. I was like, he's not going to come back. So give me Ladd. Wow.
I like it. Yeah, definitely a big fan of that. You know, it was funny. Rowan earlier was like, I really don't like drafting at the top of the board because he keeps drafting there everywhere. I'm sure he's happy about it now. Hey guys, if you're just joining us, just a heads up, we are giving away a 2025 team playbook today. It is a customized review of your fantasy team. All you have to do to enter is type 1 week with the number 1 and week, all one word, like that in the chat, and like the stream. Once you've done those 2 things, you will be entered into today's giveaway. And I can tell you that at the moment, we currently have 25 entries. 25 entries. I'll keep you guys updated as we go. That just jumped to 27. I'm sure it'll keep jumping.
1 week.
Ladd McConkey coming off the board there. Appreciate y'all for being here with us. If you want to ask a question and have it prioritized on the stream, check out the link in the pinned comment. We do have a couple questions that we need to get to here. These are people who are prioritizing us on the Flock site. There's nothing wrong with the super chat. We'll get to the super chats on YouTube as well, but just take a note that YouTube takes 30% of your donation. So it's harder for us to prioritize those over the Flock site questions. And it's better for you when you ask a question on the Flock site because you can actually link your team and then we get so much more information. You get a link to exactly when we answered your question, so you don't have to wait around. It is by far the best way to ask a question. Use the promo code LAND with that link. We have a redraft 1 quarterback 10 team start 8 from T. Wilgen. He says also trading Jaden Daniels and getting back Baker with CMC. So he would be sending away Jaden Daniels and Breece Hall for Baker and Christian McCaffrey. I love Jaden Daniels, but I would be taking the Christian McCaffrey side of this personally. I am losing a lot of confidence in Breece Hall by the day. Sorry you guys can't see this. Let's have you see this. So he is sending away Breece and Jaden Daniels, he said, and he's getting back CMC and Baker. I'm losing hope in Breece by the day. I still think he could be a value potentially in round 5, but Christian McCaffrey, in my opinion, if both of these guys stay healthy, he wins you your league. So I'm happy to make that move. What about you?
Yeah, I completely agree.
All right, we're on the same page there. We'll keep coming back to these questions, so get your questions in on the site. As Trey McBride goes at the 305.
See what Chef does here.
It's crazy that Trey McBride was a 4th-round pick last year. I took him in the 4th round of the Flock League. Do you remember this? And he has an incredible season. And now he's still, like, people are like, I guess I'll take him in the 3rd. It's like, he couldn't have had a better season outside of, like, maybe some more touchdowns, but that could be positive regression incoming. I mean, my gosh.
I think maybe a lot of, I wonder if that narrative is, well, actually, I can't actually speak on that player, and so let's not talk about it. Yes, I hear what you're saying.
I think we know where you're going there, for sure. All right, let's answer another question. Henderson off the board there at the 306. Travion is coming off the board, ladies and gentlemen. We've got Ankipt here. Ankipt 21. It's a dynasty question. Would you send away JCM for George Pickens in a 12-team start 9? This is dynasty. Would you send away dynasty JCM for George Pickens?
Yeah, give me George every day.
I think I would take Pickens.
Yeah, I want Big George. Hi, Georgie.
Yeah, I think I would. We're gonna set a lineup here for Chef here in a second. But it looks like Garrett Wilson off the board at the 307. Styles.
Yeah,
if you've been seeing our drafts, he's been falling to the mid-late 4th. So you might have been able to get him in the 4th. But is this a guy that you're in on? Obviously, you must be in on him, taking him over Higgins. Yeah, I'd love to hear your thoughts there, Styles. Very experienced fantasy football player there. As Bows goes with T. Higgins there at the 308. So, yeah.
Says especially after today's news. Wait, what?
Yeah, everybody's agreeing that like the pick inside is easy.
Yeah.
What's up, too? And we are not in this draft. We're just commentating and letting our community draft here. Badaki's in it, obviously. But
yeah, I'm in at the 104 there.
Yeah. Boris says, I didn't even notice AJ was available. What a start for team taking 2 running backs at the start. Let's not forget the super chat here from Arva. Appreciate you, my man. Thanks for
yeah, man,
for showing some love. I would encourage anyone, if you want to prioritize your question, do it through the Flock site. You can sign up for a free account with the code LAND, or you can get a 2025 season pass, which will give you a couple free vouchers and unlimited access to our rankings in season, the draft guides, the Flock site, all the premium tools, a trade calculator. But definitely ask your questions on the site because we're going to get more information about your team there. But appreciate the donation. He says, would you trade Chase Brown and Adams for Neighbors and Connor half PPR? Would you trade Chase Brown and Adams for Neighbors and Connor? I would keep Brown and Adams there, personally.
Yeah, the dip between those
Brown and Connor
those running backs are pretty significant. Yeah, than Adams and Neighbors. I mean, at least the expectation of, to be fair, we really shouldn't be talking about these players, but
yeah,
yes.
Code Cinnamon. Lastly, he says Kraft or Kelsey. I think with the Rice News, you go Kelsey there. I'm sorry, Code Cinnamon, but I'm trying to help out here. Mahomes or Prescott. Whoever falls further, man. Genuinely. That's been my opinion all offseason. That's even stronger now with the Micah Parsons trade. Whoever falls further, that's who I want. Genuinely. So, all right. So, we get T. Higgins at the 3-8, then Cook, Mike Evans, Kamara, and Ken Walker.
Draft is going a very interesting way. Mike Evans off the board.
Howard,
there goes Tetoroa.
shout out to
Tetoroa. I respect culture. I respect culture. That's all I'm going to say. I respect culture. What do you call him? Do you know how to pronounce his name?
I call him a man of God. I respect him.
Hey, that's even better.
Someone asked the question, does Dak get pushed up at all? Yeah, this is a player we've been in on, if y'all know. Honorable mention my guy, so we'll see in this draft. All right, we got some more real questions here in the Flock site from Chef. If you want to get your questions in, check out the link in the pinned comment. And it's a 1 quarterback, 10 team start 7. He's starting Patrick Mahomes at quarterback, but he also has Kyler Murray. He's got Kyron, Gibbs, A.J. Brown, Adams, Bowers. And at the flex spot, he is considering Matthew Golden, Chris Olave, and Travion Henderson. I think I'm concerned about all these players in week 1. Not long-term for Henderson, but I think there's a gap here where I would probably just throw Henderson in a PPR format.
Okay.
Would you start Olave or Golden over Henderson week 1?
I think based off that matchup, I would still go Olave over Henderson, just because my projection of that game against the Cardinals is that, especially with Spencer Rattler, that they're going to be struggling. So a lot of pepper targets trying to keep up to Olave. That's where my mind instinct goes.
My concern is those targets might not be worth anything. Like, if Henderson gets 5 targets, that might be worth more than Olave getting 9 or something. So
sure, but I think like a garbage touchdown to Olave is way more than 5 targets to Henderson.
Yeah,
like, well, that's where my mind. Where my mind kind of goes.
You got 2 different opinions there. I just don't have any confidence in starting Olave week 1 if I have a better option. I view Henderson as a better option, but I understand where Badaki's coming from as well. You could make the case that maybe Olave's safer. So I don't mind that if you want to go that route. Golden, we really need to see that offense before we trust anything there. But I'm gonna go Henderson.
Yeah, I would agree there.
I think Olave is not going to win you your week, in my opinion, but he's not going to kill your week. I think Henderson could win you your week, right? But he could also kill you. So a little bit more boom bust, but I am going to lean Henderson there myself. It's very close. Okay, hold on. I need to refresh before we go to this next question. So to Chef, just want to say to Chef, we just answered your question, my friend. Just move the time back like 2 minutes and we talked through this question, but I appreciate you. You're going to get a time code to exactly when we answered this question on the Flock site. All right, so let's recap round 4. I love McMillan. As you guys know, some of you might not know, but I'm a huge McMillan fan. Drafted him in the Flock League. I love round 4 onwards. It's free game. Kittle goes off the board at the 4-2. Then we get Josh Allen in the 4th round.
Yeah, I mean, it's been great. I was honestly hoping that one of those guys was going to come back to me. I saw all those guys fall, and I was like, no way. No way. But
crazy.
You're kidding me. He goes Courtland.
That's who you wanted?
Dude. That's exactly who I wanted. That is crazy.
Badaki's in a tough spot right now, but we did see Marvin Harrison, Devontae Adams off the board. I actually personally, in my rankings, I would swap Adams and Wilson, so I actually kind of like what Styles ended up getting here. I just would have done it in the opposite rounds, so that worked out well for him. Jalen Hurts is, man, all these quarterbacks in the 4th round are just insane. But Sutton is off the board there. For what it's worth, most of the chat is saying they would go with Olave, so that most of them are agreeing with him. But with Badaki there.
Yeah, right.
Mike says te ro a
Titaroa.
Some of my favorite comments on our YouTube videos, and I'm not calling Mike out here, by the way. I just think in general it's really, really funny. Some of my favorite comments are people like correcting the way you say something. like the spelling police or the pronunciation police. Those are some of my favorite comments. I don't ever reply to them, but I just laugh when I see them. It's like, thanks, man.
Yeah.
Thanks for the heads up. You know.
Yeah, they're really quick with it, but hey.
I find it hilarious.
Keyboard warriors.
But we should try and say his name right.
I mean, I say his name right all the time.
I've never heard you say his name right.
Say his name correctly. How would you say
Go
it?
ahead, let's say it together.
No. Oh, ready. You go first.
All right. Yeah. Tetaroa.
We'll see.
Tetaroa.
Tetaroa. That's what I
Tetaroa.
said. Tetaroa.
Yeah, but
Tetaroa.
there's gonna be 4 people after this stream who comment and
Tetaroa.
say that's not how you say it.
Well, lucky for them, huh?
Yeah. What can you do?
Rowan is in a pinch here.
Okay. So after Sutton, you went Terry. I feel like that's a pretty good value as well at the 4-9, given what's happened here. Jameson, I love me some JMO. He comes off the board in the 4th. Tyreek Hill at the 4-11. Then Metcalf, Connor, Worthy. So Rowan starting with 2 running backs, 3 wide receivers, which is great to see. Mike says he actually looked up how it's pronounced. And now we know. As RJ Harvey coming off the board there. Evie, you're funny.
Wow, I'm between 2 guys here. Pretty simple, pretty easy of where I'm going to go. Let's not waste any time here.
All right.
Travis Hunter.
Travis, welcome to the squad.
My first share of Travis Hunter.
really?
Oh, yeah. Don't have any of.
What
of
about
the boy.
Dynasty? Did you not get him in any Dynasty leagues?
I don't think I got any in any. No.
Wow. Okay.
No. Let me double check that. Hold on. Let me double check that. I don't think I got any Travis.
All right.
I wasn't able to get Travis or Tetaroa.
Shout out to any Packers fans in the chat. It's a great day for you guys. Like Fortuna Bravado says, "Go Pack, go!" with the Micah Parsons trade. What a steal for you guys. I wish Washington did the same thing, but we were never gonna get an in-division rival to trade us their best player.
Yeah. Let's see what I got.
All right,
Travis,
so Connor, Worthy, Harvey, Hunter, and Swift. Haven't seen Swift go that high yet in a draft.
Yeah, same.
What about you? Yeah?
I have not seen that in the 5th round. Normally he goes at that 6th turn, that early 6th turn there.
Yes, or middle of the 6th at times too.
Yeah.
But again, we appreciate y'all for being here. Let's answer another question on the Flock site. It's a super message from Chaos. And just so you guys know, if you are interested in getting your questions answered, there's no pressure whatsoever. We'll do our best to look at the chat, obviously. But if you are interested in getting your questions answered, there's a link in the chat. Okay, and it takes you.
I'll put that question there.
That link takes you to this page where you can choose to get a team review. That's where you get a team playbook from us. You can choose to get a trade question, start, sit, or super message. So, for example, if I want to do a trade question, I could load my team from the Flock League. If you haven't linked your team, just link your team. Let's show you here. All you do is go to the Flock site. You go my teams and then link your team here, whether it's ESPN Sleeper or Yahoo. That will make your life a lot easier when you go to submit a question because it'll link your settings all automatically. And then what will happen is when you submit a trade here to Zach and Badaki, we'll have your entire league available to us. So it's just so much better than dropping a super chat. But shout out to Chaos here who says 10-team PPR with a point per carry for quarterbacks. How soon for Burrow? Surely PPC means point per carry, right? Because the only reason I'm asking that is because he's asking about Burrow, and Burrow's not a rushing quarterback. So I'm trying to...
unless it's points per catch, like as every pass that Burrow completes, he also gets a point for it. I wonder if that's a thing.
I've never heard of PPC outside of points per carry. Yeah, that's what I thought, but...
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. 12 years ago on Reddit, someone said points per completion. So,
yeah,
PPC to me has always meant points per carry. I've never heard of points per completion, honestly. I've never been in a league like that, but
I would just say there's two different answers. If we're whichever one. If it's points per carry, there's really no point of drafting Burrow higher than where he normally goes. If it's points per completion, then I would say Joe Burrow should easily be going in
Sheesh.
like
Yeah.
where we kind of see him going here. Like
I mean,
obviously this is probably a little bit unrealistic because we see these quarterbacks go in the early third. So I would say Joe Burrow is worth going in that early to mid third range.
can I just say, points per completion league is insane, and can I tell you why? Because last year Joe Burrow led the league in completions with 460.
An extra 460 points.
I want you guys to think about this. An extra 460 points for Joe Burrow last year. How is this a sustainable model for your fantasy football league? Like how is that a possible? Okay, so let's do the math real fast. Are you ready for this? So last year, Joe Burrow scored 381.9 points. That's in a regular 4-point passing touchdown league. Not even 6. So if you add that, Joe Burrow would have scored 841.9 points, which over the course of a 17-game season, he would have averaged 49.5 points per game. So, first off, you can send this message to whoever your commissioner is. You're psychotic. Okay?
You're psychotic.
And if Joe Burrow
crazy.
is going to lead the league again in completions, then he's a second-round pick. The guy scored 49.5 points per game last year. He might be a first-round pick in that format. That's insanity. So, I would say first or second-round pick.
Yeah, makes sense.
Maybe second. That's chaos, though. You should definitely tell your commissioner, what the hell are you doing, bro? Quarterbacks are important, but my God, try Superflex or something. Okay.
Yeah. I agree.
Devonta Smith came off the board right after DeAndre Swift. Then we had Breece Hall, George Pickens,
Goes to Styles,
Sam
by the way.
Laporta. That's right.
Richie Rich at the 5'11" here.
DJ Moore, Rashee Rice. Now, I think this is risky because this is Aselomo's second wide receiver.
Yep.
We will see how he fills this out. But if you go onesie early and, you know, you're trying to get Rashee Rice on your squad, I think you're going to find it really difficult to fill out the rest of your team. So let's see. Aselomo's got a big task ahead of him here. Let's see.
I was hoping that Rashee Rice was going to fall to me at the 6'9" because I would have easily taken him there because I feel comfortable with my starting lineup, especially in the start 8, right? I filled my 2 running backs. I filled my 2 wide receivers. I take him as my flex because regardless, at that 7'4", I'm still going to get somebody for me that I feel comfortable with to replace him. But that's okay. We can pivot.
I know some of them words. Hey guys, be a friend and smash that like button on today's stream. We got a like goal today of 100 likes. With your help, I think we can get there. So be a friend, hit that like button on today's stream. This is a real league you guys are seeing here. Thanks for being here with us. Can we change the clock to 60 seconds now, Rowan, whenever you have a chance? Let's change it to 60 seconds now as Roma Dunze comes off the board there. I'm just taking notes. Okay, can we take some notes here, Badaki?
What are the notes?
Trying to hype myself up for my most recent Flock League trade. Jameson Williams in this one goes at the 410. I love Jameson Williams. Roma Dunze goes at the 6'2". But we see Pollard ahead of Pacheco. Not bad.
We do see that.
Not bad.
Good size.
I'm okay with it. All right, so right after Pacheco, we see Emeka Egbuka off the board. And he is primed to get just a lot of work.
I gotta go because somebody's at the door. Give me a sec, okay?
That's okay. So after MPNJ decided to go 2 elite, well, I don't think Laporta I will put in that elite category, but decided to go 2 onesies in the first 5 rounds. Let's see how they fill out their lineup. Definitely going to be interesting to see. I'm definitely monitoring Team 9 here, Team 11, and seeing how they fill out their teams here as Slick Ricky Pearsall comes off the board at the 606. Yes, if you guys didn't get a chance to watch the most recent Flock League video, I did make a trade with Bush from Stock Exchange. And I'll show you all the trade here. Yes, so this is the trade that we got done. Literally, we were walking onto the plane to come from Austin to Sydney, Australia, and we got Jamison Pollard and a little bit of fab for a Dunze Pacheco. So that was the most recent trade I have done in the Flock League. And I did it personally because Jamison's my guy. I love Roma Dunze, but I had to get Jameson Williams on my team in my most important league. So after Ricky Pearsall, Chef's on the clock here. I cannot confirm or deny any Justin Jefferson movement in the Flock League. I know everybody wants to know about that, but I just don't have any updates. I have no updates at this moment. So I'd love to give you an update, but I just don't have one, being honest with you. So, yeah. I actually didn't realize about the sleeper ID. Yeah, we probably should be careful with that. But, so right after Ricky Pearsall, we do see Calvin Ridley and Zay Flowers. And now Badaki's on the clock, but he is currently helping someone into his house because they're doing work on his house or something. So we'll see how that works out for him. But while we're waiting on that pick, we got a trade question here on the Flock site. It's a redraft, 1 quarterback, 10 team, start 7. They would be, okay, so in this context, start 7, such a small lineup. You add on to that it's only a 10-team league. We are going after the elite of the elite players. And in this trade, they're sending away Kittle and Golden for Pearsall and McBride. I am very neutral on this trade, but I do have McBride and Pearsall ranked ahead of the other 2 players. So I would comfortably say yes. I could see this going any way, though. I could see this going any direction. I mean, I would love to find a way to get a more elite player in this deal, but yeah, I'm fine with this. I think this is about a wash, but I have more confidence in Ricky Pearsall overall. So I would definitely go ahead and take the Ricky Pearsall and Trey McBride side of that. Thank you for the question there, Jay Dollar Sign. We'll get to this next question here in a second. I just want to keep up with the board here as Caleb Johnson goes off the board at the 609. Then Deebo Samuel off the board at the 610. I feel like Pigeon Man and me, we have a lot of the same opinions here based off this draft. Love the CD pick. I'm a Jameson guy. I love JSN. Harvey's a my guy. I'm the only one who loves Deebo in my leagues. So I feel like we've got kind of the same wavelength going on here at the moment. All right. Then Chris Olave comes off the board. So Rowan starts his draft, 2 running backs and 4 wide receiver. Your what hurts on the edge made a bold move. Getting Chuba Hubbard there at the 212. And he's not going to stop here. Tyler Warren off the board at the 612, and then Matthew Golden. So definitely, you know, a team that is calling their shot there on the edge as Patrick Mahomes comes off the board at the 702. And we love it. TK says every league has that guy everyone tries to deal with. Danny might be that guy. Now, Danny is the guy that it's the opposite, where Danny is sending you trades before you even finish your draft. Danny's already sending you trades, so hilarious. I love being in a league with him. We have a lot of fun. All right, if you want to ask a fantasy question on the Flock site, we're prioritizing those questions right now. J-Dub here. Let me refresh. J-Dub might have not linked any players here. Let's see, J-Dub. I don't see any players linked. Let me check on the back end that you didn't ask something and I'm just not answering it. Let me see. No, there's no context. So J-Dub, what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you a free trade question voucher here so you can come back. Here's what I'm going to do for you, J-Dub. I'm going to explain to you exactly how you can set up your trade questions, okay? So this is very simple, all right? Let's walk this through together. All you do is you go to the Flock site, all right? And any of you can create a free account with the My Teams feature, by the way. Use the promo code LAND at sign up. I'll answer some of your questions. But You go to the My Teams page. You link your team, whether it's Sleeper, ESPN, or Yahoo. Once you've done that, it's easy to go to the personal advice button here. If you have a trade question, for example, the Flock League is linked. It'll link your settings automatically. Then all you have to do is choose the players that are involved in the trade. So let's say I want to send Jameson Williams away for Justin Jefferson. Let's just say hypothetically, I wanted to do that. I wanted Jameson for Justin Jefferson. Let's just hypothetically put that out there. Then all you need to do next is choose Zach and Badaki from Fantasyland. All right, and that is how you submit a trade question. Appreciate you, my friend. All right, last couple picks here in the Flock League. We did see Mahomes in the 7th, then Knicks right behind him. Waddle at the 704. That might be the pick of the draft. And I hate to say it because Badaki made it. I hate to give him any praise. But that might be the pick of the draft, ladies and gentlemen. Jalen Waddle at the 704. I wonder if Rowan regrets taking Tyreek at the 411 knowing Waddle was available in the 7th. Maybe not. But yeah, that is a steal. That is an absolute steal. Well done. We did also see Tyrone Tracy, TJ Hawkinson, and Jerry Jeudy off the board there, which you love to see. All right, we got another trade question here from Chasing Breakers. It's a Dynasty Superflex 12-team start 10, and they are sending away Caleb, Bucky, and Chase. Wow, that's a big, big haul for Lamar, Brown, and Nico. I love Lamar Jackson, but there is not a chance I'm selling Jamar Chase for this. I prefer Bucky over Chase in Dynasty, but I don't care if you have a different opinion. That's fine. Okay. Oh, man, I guess in a startup, like let's say in a startup, Chase and Jackson are a wash. Let's think about it differently. I think Nico goes ahead of Caleb, but it's close. And I do have Bucky over Chase. This is actually a fairly even trade. I need the chat's help on this one. This is such a trade of such a huge magnitude. Tell me, do you want the Chase or the Lamar package? Tell me in the chat. I want to get a poll clear here. But if you were to lose Chase, what would your wide receiver room look like? Let's see. And this is the benefit of asking a question on the Flock site because we get to see your entire team. So if you were to lose Jamar Chase, you would add Nico Collins and Amon-Ra. Yeah, this is pretty close. Moving Caleb for Lamar is nice. This is about as close as it possibly gets. You are a team that's all in for this year because you don't have your picks in 2026. This is close. It's 50-50 in the chat, too. It's 50-50. We got people saying Lamar. We got people saying Nico. We got people saying the Chase. This is a true 50-50. I think it's an even trade. I just think I prefer to wait on Caleb Williams. I think that is my main concern. So hear me out. Lamar Jackson. We know who Lamar is. Like, he's reached the peak of fantasy football. You can't really improve value for Lamar. He is who he is. Chase Brown, kind of the same thing, like in Dynasty football right now. Nico Collins, kind of the same thing. But Caleb Williams is the one piece in this deal that has a chance, yes, to decrease value, but also to massively increase his value. So I think with it being such a close trade, knowing that there's still upside in a Caleb Williams and he could increase value in a Dynasty League, I'm probably going to stay with that side of the deal. It's very close, though. All right, let's catch up with the draft. Aaron Jones at the 708, Josh Downs at the 79, and Ja'Cory, Krosky, Bill Cosby, Merritt slips into the 7th. I've been seeing tweets about him going in the 4th, 5th round on ESPN, Yahoo. But he goes in the 7th round. You better hope he is the guy in Washington. You better hope so. As Diggs comes off the board at the 7-11. So, I got to be a little bit critical here with Aselmo here. And Aselmo's longtime viewer, longtime supporter. He's not going to get offended by this. On yesterday's stream, we talked about if you're going to draft Rashee Rice, you need to have a very specific draft. Okay? Now, I think Diggs is the perfect pick alongside Rashee Rice. That is the perfect pick just to wait on and, kind of be this stable floor in your lineup without Rashee Rice. But I'm sorry, you cannot draft Jordan Addison and Rashee Rice on the same team. You just can't do it. You just can't. You just can't. Because you can't have two receivers that you want to start missing 10 total games this year. I like the value on Addison, but you better find a trade partner there. That's tough in my opinion. Kelsey goes off the board at the 803. Shakir at the 804. Like, I think at that point, I'm probably going Shakir over Addison. You've already added that risk into your lineup. And are we certain that Adam Thielen doesn't impact Addison at all? Probably not, but I'm just asking the question. Bruce City says, go, Pack, go. Love to see it. What's up, Sam? Welcome in. Appreciate you for being here. I love it, Mike. All right. We've got another question here on the Flock site, and this is from NJ Casanova. It's a trade question. And he says, team is also looking for a 28 first. They're sending away Dak, Kyron, Golden, and Njoku for Jackson, Quinchon, and Samson. Look, I love Matthew Golden. I love Kyron Williams, but I'm not in a start 9. That's a small starting lineup for Superflex. Start 9 means 2 flex spots. I'm not sending away Lamar Jackson for this package. That's just not happening. So, in your scenario, he says the team is also asking for a 28 first. Okay, that's interesting then. That's a tough one. It's tougher than I originally thought, actually. So you would get Jackson and Judkins. You would lose Dak. You'd lose Kyron. You'd lose Golden. Man, you don't need Njoku, so that's good with Tyler Warren there. But losing Golden is tough with your wide receiver room. I don't know that you can afford to make this move given the depth and that you don't have a first and 26. I actually think you probably need to hold in hindsight. I apologize. Yeah, you can't lose. You can't have your wide receiver 4 being Pat Bryant. You just can't do that. And without your first in the next 2 years, you don't know if you can use Judkins this year. So if you lose Kyron Williams, there's a potential that you're starting Roman Wilson. I like the value, but I don't think you can make the trade. I like the value, but I don't think you can make the trade. We did have another question pop through the chat. Let's have a look at it. From Pistol Shrimp. We'll look at that in 1 second. I just want to make sure we keep up with the draft here. After Andrews, we had Jennings, Cup, Coleman. Coleman sneaking up to the 8th. I got him in the 10th in the Flock League. Mason at the 809. I mean, my gosh. I hate complimenting Badaki. I just hate it. But he is running laps around this league right now. I'm sorry, guys. I'm not trying to be mean, but he is running laps around y'all right now. Y'all got us. I don't want to say it. I don't want to give him a compliment. But he's killing this draft. Jalen Warren also off the board at the 8-10. Let's see here. We got another question on the Flock site. Pistol Shrimp. It's a start sit. It's a 10-team start 7. Small lineup. They're starting Daniels. They're starting Genty, Kamara, Ladd, Lamb, Ingram, and Worthy. And they didn't give us any other option there. So what you'll need to do, Pistol Shrimp, I'm going to give you a free start sit question here, a free voucher. And when you submit, my man, I'm going to show you exactly how to do it. So start sit question, right? Let's pretend I'm doing it for the Flock League. If you know that you're locked in, so for example, I know I'm starting Bo Nix. I can lock that in. But what you need to do is, in the flex, if you're considering a couple names, you need to tell me who you're considering. So you need to tell me, like, I could start Pollard, click the considering button. I could start Charbonnet, Coleman, Higgins. We need to know who you're considering, because if you only click locked in for every player, all you're going to do is show us your starting lineup, okay? So I just gave you that trade question voucher for free. Come back on the stream, and I'd be more than happy to answer your question. Thank you for submitting. All right, so after Mason, we had Warren, Loveland. I do like Loveland that late. Then Judkins in the 8th, Higgins in the 9th. I do like the Higgins pick. Judkins, I have no idea. I have no idea what the answer is to that. It's like, he's one of those ones where there's such a wide range of outcome. Who the hell knows? What's up, Maddie? Welcome in. Badaki is, he's answering the door, he said. Yeah. As David Njoku comes off the board at the 904. Oh my God. I mean, this roster is ridiculous. This roster is insane. Zach Charbonnet at the 905. I do love me some Chardonnay. Y'all know that by now. What's up, Timothy? Welcome in. All right, let me do my best to engage with the chat here. I appreciate y'all for being here with us. HM says, with Jaden Reed playing through a Jones fracture, would you drop him for Dobbs? No. No, I wouldn't. I would not, my friend. Caleb says, would you trade Nico and Lamar's backup? Lamar, backup is Bo Nix for Bijan and Sutton. Nico and Lamar. So, like, I understand the logic there. The logic being, like, you already have Bo Nix as a backup. I think you need to make this a 3-for-3, where you get an upgrade somewhere else too. So, for example, you send them back Sam Laporta for George Kittle. I think you're one more player in a 3-for-3 away from that deal. Yeah, it's a good question. Are trick-or-treaters coming around in Australia? Now, Australia's not very big on Halloween. I wish they were. It's one of my favorite holidays, pastime holidays, if you will. But yeah, I would absolutely love for Halloween to be more important here. Hey guys, we got a like goal today of 100 likes. Be a friend, hit that like button and show some love. Also, we're doing a giveaway for our 2025 team playbook. We're going to review a team tonight that is going to get a playbook, so you can see it in real action. But if you want to enter that giveaway, it's very simple. All you have to do is type 1 week into the chat, the word 1 week, the letter 1, and then the word week, all in one word, like I just did. And like the stream. Once you've done those two things, you'll be officially entered into today's giveaway. All right, so Eckler, love the Eckler pick. Really, really love the Eckler pick, especially getting Eckler, 2 rounds after JCM. Godwin in the 9th is fun. Bigsby I like. Reed is starting to scare me. The Jones fracture, it's really starting to concern me. But it could pay off. We did just get another question on the Flock site. Let me refresh here. Shout out to Dan Vatour, who just submitted this start sit. It's a 1 quarterback, 10 team start 8. All right, so they are starting Jalen Hurts. They're starting Saquon, Chase. They're starting Tetaroa, which I love. I love that you're starting him. At tight end, between Loveland and Ferguson. You know, this is actually a harder question than I think people realize. It's difficult to start a rookie tight end from week 1. While I would draft Loveland over Ferguson, I do think I would start Ferguson over Loveland week 1. What does the chat think about that? You know, we've projected this offense to be high-powered all offseason and the defense not to be good. That's only right now emphasized with the Micah Parsons trade. So in an ideal world, you start Jake Ferguson and then Loveland pops off and you're like, okay, let's start him next week. He's the real deal. But I think Ferguson week 1 is the right move there. At your flex spot, my God, you have so many good options. Wow. This team is ridiculous. Well, I would be considering Hunter, Pearsall, and Adunze here. Wow. That is difficult. Sheesh, man. That is actually really tough. Wow. The highest ranked player for my draft rankings would be Travis Hunter. But again, this is a rookie. We don't know exactly how to trust him. We couldn't trust Adunze all last year, and Ricky Pearsall might be the answer. With all the injuries in San Francisco, I think Ricky Pearsall might be the answer there. It's another situation where everything's changed in Chicago. Everything's new in Jacksonville. I think the highest upside play is probably Adunze. And I think the safest floor is probably Ricky Pearsall. Again, just thinking through each of these matchups at Seattle or versus Seattle, San Francisco division game, and not a single receiver is healthy. It's really Ricky and Kittle. That's it right now in the receiving room, if we're being honest.
Ricky!
Welcome back, Badaki.
All right, I'm back.
I'm going to say Ricky,
back,
but I think the highest upside is Adunze, however you want to play that. In fact, would you start Henderson or Adunze? Henderson or Hunter week 1?
Week 1, I would be starting either Rome. I would start Rome over Henderson.
Yeah, I think I lean there as well, because I would start Rome over Olave. I wasn't confident in Olave earlier, but I would comfortably start Rome over Olave.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think I want to have fun. You know, my name's Rod, and I like to party, so I think Henderson's a party pick, but you got a hell of a roster there, my dude. My gosh. In a couple weeks, you can make some real trades and get crazy. All right, Baker Mayfield goes at the 9-11. I love it. Then Pittman, Burden, Benson, Keenan, Dobbins off the board. Badaki, I have been, unfortunately, showering you in praises with this draft.
Oh, really?
I think you're...
Let me guess. Hold on. I mean, to be fair, my last three picks, in my opinion, are pretty incredible. I'm not sure what you said.
I 100% agree. Like,
Okay, I was like-
Waddle should never see the 7th round.
Yeah, I saw
Never.
Waddle there, and I was like, that's an easy pick for sure. I was like, there's no doubt. I mean, I picked him so fast when I saw him there. I thought he was for sure going to be gone, and I was like, you know what? I'm happy with, like, I thought I was going to get Olave or Matthew Golden. That's what I thought I was going to get. I was like, I'd be fine with that, you know?
Yeah.
But then I got Jordan Addison there.
Yeah. To get Jordan Mason that late, Waddle that
Jordan
late,
Mason,
and Njoku after all these other tight ends come off the board, I think you're having an incredible draft. Javonte Williams off the board there at the 10:05. Appreciate y'all for being here with us. Daniel says, I do have Pearsall at the moment, but wasn't sure. Yeah, you're in a tough spot, man. You're in a tough spot. Like, there's no doubt about it. You have a difficult decision, but I hope we've helped. And the great news for anybody out there with like really difficult start-sit decisions, we'll answer Pistol Shrimp here's. But the great news for you guys out there is I'm gonna have my start-sits for you guys early next week. Early next week, You're going to have my start sit videos, and we'll be streaming all week, so you'll be able to get as much help as you can.
Come on. Talk it up.
Rowan says, as crazy as it sounds, I might regret selecting Patrick Mahomes. I think I feel the same way if I were to draft him. Yeah, especially with all the other names on the board still.
Yeah, a lot of names on the board there. Was not expecting this draft to go at all the way it's kind of fallen. I've definitely gotten sniped by some people. Obviously, really wanted Cortland Sutton over Terry. In my perspective, Travis Hunter didn't really care if I was going to get Travis Hunter or like a George Pickens. And I got Caleb Johnson there, not expecting to get Jordan Mason at the 8-9. So I feel pretty happy about it.
Yeah, I like your draft.
There.
Oh,
Okay.
wow. Thornton coming off the board. All right, go ahead and get your guy. Thornton off the board. We'll enter the start sit here. Shout out to Pistol Shrimp. Again, if you guys want to get any of your questions prioritized, check out the pinned comment. Go to the Flock site, use the code LAND, create an account. If you already have an account, you can go to the Flock store, ask a start sit, a trade, a team review, whatever you want. But Pistol Shrimp here is starting Daniels, Genty, Kamara, Lamb, Ladd, Ingram. And what he needs help with is his last flex. And my God. Y'all in these 10-team leagues are playing Russian roulette every week with these lineups.
Gosh, I don't even know who to pick here.
He has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 startable names here. Wow. That is a crazy question.
Okay, he's considering the following names. Sorry, so who are we picking out of these guys?
Pollard, Pickens, Olave, Worthy, Egbuka, Pearsall. Let's just rule out Olave.
I have two plays in mind already. Continue.
Let's rule out Olave. I love Egbuka, but let's rule him out for week 1 with all of these options, right? So for me, it's between Pollard, who's probably going to touch the ball 20 times. Pickens.
Against the Broncos, sure. Yep.
Worthy.
He's going to Eagles. Yeah.
And Pearsall. So it's between these 4. Pickens has a bad matchup. And we're really like splitting hairs here. But Pickens' matchup is not good versus the Eagles. That secondary was very good last year. So, but I want to play him. So maybe we rule out Pickens. Pearsall plays the Seahawks. I like that. Worthy plays the Chargers. I like that. And Pollard's just going to get so... Like, Pollard is probably the safest play from, like, a pure floor. If you're asking me who has the safest floor here, it's probably Pollard with all the touches he's going to get. But I feel as if it's either Worthy or Pearsall for the upside play. No Rashee Rice makes me lean Worthy, I think.
That's exactly where I'm going. The two plays I had in mind was either George Pickens or Xavier Worthy. As much as I love all these players, I love Tony Pollard, I love Micah Buka, I love Ricky Pearsall. For me, it's going to be Xavier Worthy. It's an international game. They're playing in Brazil. Rashee Rice just got suspended. There's really no one else to lean on there. In my opinion, outside of Travis Kelce, this is a divisional game, should be a high-scoring game. I would go Xavier Worthy for the upside. I think if you want safety, you go Tony Pollard. I think if you want to get a little bit fancy, you can go George Pickens.
I wouldn't start Pickens personally of the options just with the matchup and already starting CeeDee Lamb. That's a lot to bet on a bad matchup. I don't know if you noticed that there because he's starting CeeDee as well.
Okay, I didn't realize that. Sure.
What we'll do is you need to put Worthy in your starting receiver spot and then Ladd in your flex because you don't want to start a player on Friday night in your flex spot. You want the flexibility for your roster. No pun intended. But yeah, again, I will say I think Pollard is the safest play, but Worthy is the highest upside, so that's where we're going to go there. That's a tough call. And my gosh, if I were you, dude, I would be doing trades to upgrade the roster too. Last thing, like, go ahead and package Worthy and Ingram and get a Bowers if you can. Get a McBride if you can. Don't make these difficult decisions every week. So that's true. They both play Friday. Ladd, McConkey, they play each other. So I'm a dumbass. My bad. Shaheed off the board. Ayuk. Ollie sneaks into the 10th. Then Jaden, Allen, Tillman, Samson, Mims. You get Dak Prescott in the 11th. I hate to do it. I hate to do it, but what a draft. What a draft from Badaki.
Yeah, I'm loving this team right here, and I just had the itch, and the itch is continuing to itch, and I'm scratching it as hard as I possibly can. Balls.
Yeah. You do.
Yeah,
you.
no, I'm loving it. I like Dak Prescott there. A lot of high upside guys. I already have my backups. I could put Brandon Ayuk in that IR spot. Wait, this has an IR spot, correct?
Oh, I don't know. I'm not the commissioner.
I know, bro. This is an IR spot. Am I right? Surely all of our leagues in the community leagues should at least have one IR spot. But if not, that's totally fine.
I'd assume so.
Yeah, I would assume so as well. And what's funny is I joined this one. Ooh, we got 2. Oh, shit. I mean, you should have told me that earlier. I would have gotten somebody else.
I don't understand what you're saying.
No, Brown said we got 2. They got 2 IR spots.
Okay. Makes sense.
Okay, well.
So Nick Chubb at the 11-8, I don't hate, honestly.
It's got a big old chub. Wait, what?
With what's happening with Joe Mixon, but I would not bet on him finishing the year as the starter either. I want to set a lineup here again with you guys like we did yesterday. We're going to get your help, but we'll wait and do that in a second. We'll wait and do that in a second. Jerome Ford off the board, Nick Chubb, Bashul Tootin. That was one I said Bashul Tootin, and someone commented on the video today. Bashul Tootin.
I saw that. I was
like, all right, bro, can you just calm down? It's all right. All right. We're all gonna be all right. Shout out to Anthony. He says second pick in the draft, assuming Chase is gone. What do you think? For me, all year it's been CeeDee Lamb, and I don't mind if you want to go a running back. If you go running back, for me that running back is Jahmyr Gibbs, but I am fine with any of the 3 running backs this year. I don't have a strong opinion to tell you to avoid Saquon or to avoid whatever X player, right? But if you want to know my strategy this year, this is the most viewed video on YouTube for fantasy.
Which is crazy to say.
Insane.
Crazy to say.
Yeah, again, was not our expectations. 420,000 people have viewed this video now, which it's crazy to think about the impact that video will have on fantasy football this year, right? Like whether it ends up being a good or bad strategy, it will
find out.
It will impact a lot of fantasy football teams. But it's the strategy I've been pursuing all year. I'll put that link in the chat for you to watch, my friend, if you'd like to. But we are going the anchor wide receiver double RB strat this season, and for me that would be CeeDee Lamb. I will go CeeDee Lamb, and then I will probably follow it up by trying to grab a Jacobs Taylor combo at the 2-3 turn, a Kyron Taylor, Chase Brown, Bucky Taylor, 2 of those running backs I'd love to start my draft with.
Yeah, don't mind that as well. Appreciate you and the donation, man. We really appreciate that.
Yeah, how's everything at the house? Is it all okay?
Yeah, we just had an inspector, because our house the house that I live in is renovated.
Yeah.
And they needed counsel to kind of do approve it and everything. So the guy was walking through, taking photos of everything. So, I kind of didn't want to leave him by himself,
Yeah.
Kind of felt bad. So it took a little bit longer than expected. And then, he was asking questions. He was like, "What do you do?" And I was like, "Oh gosh." Yeah. I was like, "Actually, I'm working now." So yeah.
The entry for today's giveaway, all you have to do is type one word, 1 week. That's because we're 1 week away from football. And like the stream, once you've done those 2 things, we're going to give away a playbook here at the end of the stream. And if you want to enter, you like the stream, okay? You type 1 week, and that will get you entered into today's giveaway. All right, Jalen Wright, drafted at the 1203. Just a heads up, I'm pretty sure he's on the IR. Yeah, he's gonna go on IR because he had the wrist surgery, was it? Or what was the surgery? It was
hamstring. It was like a hamstring surgery.
I don't think I've never heard of a hamstring surgery.
It was something.
Let me double check his surgery that he had, but yeah, he is not gonna play for a little while. It's a leg surgery.
Best believe I'm dropping him in the fall league. I have him.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm dropping Isaac.
I have a couple people in mind. Joe Money and Bag mixing there. The two Brock Purdy.
I think it's what's his leg. But yeah. So definitely not a player you should target in drafts anymore, I'd say. Beautifully done from Styles, getting Brock Purdy in the 12th. Well done, Styles. That's beautiful. Hell yeah, Mills. To have your birthday on the day football is back, that's incredible. I love that.
That is unreal. Genuinely, like, that's so good. Such a good day. To end the day as well in America. Yeah. Hell yeah.
Woody Marks off the board there at the 1209. I like it.
Yeah, I'm surprised he didn't go early. I had him on my queue. I had a couple people on my queue, and they just kept trickling down. So
Joe Mixon goes in the 12th round. I feel like in this league with 2 IR spots, why the hell not?
Yeah, worth it, 100%.
You know? Why not? So I like it. Okay, so how did Anselmo fill out this team? So he's going to be starting Baker, then Genty Kamara, then Thomas Adunze.
Oh my gosh, he took Addison. I missed that.
Yeah, and then Kittle. So Kittle makes 6. Diggs makes 7. Now this is the problem. Who are you starting now? Bateman, I guess. Does Bateman make 8?
Hey, I'll sell them all. I got wide receivers, my guy. Come talk to me.
For the first 3 weeks, you will have to start either Rashad Bateman, Benson, Trey Harris. We'll see how it works out.
I'll sell them all. Sparrow, is that correct?
Sparrow, yeah. Says Bateman, my boom or bust guy. Okay.
Say less.
I told him I would have gone like a Jennings, Cup, Shakir, given the situation he was in there. And I definitely felt like Keenan Allen should have been on his team. Brian Robinson goes in the 13th now.
Yeah, wow.
All right. We're getting into the 13th round here. Only 2 rounds left. Appreciate y'all for being here with us. Again, if you're just joining, there's 2 pieces of information I'd love to share with you because they will both benefit you watching. The first piece is we're giving away a 2025 team playbook, which is a review for your fantasy football team. You get this beautiful graphic customized to your team. If you want to enter that giveaway, all you got to do is type in 1 week into the YouTube chat, like I just did, and like the stream. Once you've done those 2 things, you'll be entered. Second piece of information that I need to tell you is if you have yet to purchase your 2025 season pass, I'll just let you know it's a $34 one-time purchase for the entire season. You get access to our draft guide, our cheat sheet. If you've got any drafts you're going into this weekend, don't go in blind. You get access to some vouchers to come on the stream and ask questions. You get unlimited access to the in-season weekly rankings, the rest of season rankings, all the premium tools on the Flock Fantasy site as well, like the trade calculator, the trade finder, the range of outcomes tool, and the player comparison tool. All that is available to you when you become a season pass member with the promo code LAND. All right.
I don't know who to take.
I mean,
here.
June says I'm always selling something. We were trying to give you guys the playbook for free today, but all right. What are you going to do here after we took Woody Marks? We're doing a giveaway. And
I'll take Adam Thielen.
Right, what can you do? You can't win. You can't win with YouTube. We're literally
the man's always selling something.
Asking you guys to enter a free competition. Adam Thielen there. Nice. He could be sneaky, especially with
exactly.
I feel like El Selimo is an Adam Thielen team. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, I think so as well. I mean, unlucky. Well, we can talk about it. But yes, I do like Adam Thielen just because obviously we know Jordan Addison is going to be missing the first 3 games, if I'm not mistaken. Is it 3 or 2 games? 3 games. So at least Adam Thielen going into an offense, he probably already knows he can fit in easily.
Yeah. He's got some chemistry as well with JJ. They've been working out in the offseason. I don't know if you saw that.
Yeah, and that's what's and they have nobody else. Jalen Nailor's hurt. Jordan Addison suspended. They don't have anyone. They got rid of KJ Osborne last year as well. So right now it's just TJ, Jones, and JJ. So they needed somebody desperately.
Yeah. All right. As this draft is kind of closing up a little bit, I want to set a lineup with you guys. And I hate to tell you, but we are partnered with FastDraft. I'm sorry if that's frustrating to anybody, but we are partnered with FastDraft. We've been doing these drafts pretty much every day right now. This is a week 1 contest. So the way it works is all you do is select 6 players, 6 non-quarterbacks. Okay. We're going to build out a lineup together. And if you want to build out your own lineup, you can download the FastDraft app and use the promo code LAND, and we'll match your deposit up to $50. So that ends up being like 5 free contest entries on us, right? I'll put a link in the chat. Again, I apologize if that's upsetting to you. I reached my max entries. Oh, no.
Unlucky.
Already?
That's crazy.
Damn. All right. Well, never mind. Maybe I've gone too hard.
Maybe I can what I can do is plug my phone in and share my screen. We can do one together. I don't know how complicated that's going to be.
All right. Well, I wanted to put a lineup together, but let me tell Matt, like, hey, man, why? Let me enter more contests. All right. Tajay in the 13th there. Kyle Pitts in the 13th. What is the possibility that Kyle Pitts is actually a great pick this year?
It's a very low. Less than 1%. 0.05. That's the type of vibe I'm getting. We've been hoping for Kyle Pitts to break out. It's just he didn't. It never did. It's not going to happen. He had every chance to break out.
I don't know. I think you're calling his career too early, personally. He's only 24.
That's what they said about Trey Lance.
That's completely not. That comparison makes no sense whatsoever compared to those positions.
No, thank you.
I mean, we see tight ends break out late in their career consistently.
I don't know. Look, I'm just not a big I'm not a big believer of the Mr. Pitts. I took 1 share of him in Dynasty and I regret it. I'm pretty sure that's the Lima League, and no one wants him. I should have sold him for a first that somebody offered me, but that was after his rookie year, and people were just trying to send me a straight first. I was like, I need a little bit more than that, please.
I mean, you're taking Kyle Pitts in the 13th round now, though. You're not taking him in the 5th like last year. I don't know who they're going to target outside of Drake London.
Darnell Money Mooney, brother.
Yeah, sure.
I mean, top guy last year. You tell me not.
Tell you not?
Tell me, is it?
What? What are you saying?
English.
English is hard. Yeah. All I'm going to say is the odds that Kyle Pitts is a relevant fantasy name are low. However, you're drafting him at the end of your drafts. There's no long-term commitment when you draft him, and there are positive reports. So, and we see young tight ends, they need time a lot. So,
yeah.
Chef says he messed up this pick when he went strange. He says, I had a couple random letters in my search bar and I missed out on some players.
Man, well, you can tell me what player you want, Chef, and I'll get it for you. We can do a pick swap. You can trade me Strange, and I'll give you the person that you want. Send me a message. Just an even swap. What do you think?
Yeah.
Pretty fair.
Scribble says he'd take Pitts over Kincaid. See, those are two tight ends that are really hard to put your finger on because Kincaid looked awful last year. Like, he genuinely looked awful, but he was injured. That's the hard part. He was injured. So it's really difficult to wrap your mind around that. We are going to do a team playbook review here at the end of today's stream for Moss. So if Moss is watching, shout out to you. We're going to look at your team in a second. As Zach Ertz just comes off the board at the 14-4.
So good that it hurts.
I like the Rodriguez stash there.
Yeah.
I didn't like Jalen Wright in the 12th, but I do like Rodriguez as a stash there. How annoyed would the fantasy community be if in week 1 Chris Rodriguez gets like 13 carries and JCM gets like 2? The fantasy community would implode.
Yeah, that was. Remember, like the Cam Akers year? I was like, not
Cam Akers, Darrell Henderson, yeah.
And then it was Darrell Henderson, and then it just all went to shit. Or the Kyron Williams year. Was it Kyron Williams in the week 1? No. Puka and Kyron went off the same year, didn't they?
Well, that was just week 1 though. And that was a different year with Cam. Because remember, Cam lost his job, and at the end of the year, he did great, and everyone's like, it's Cam season again.
Yeah, I remember. Okay.
And then it was like, no, it's actually not. We're going to trade him away. We don't like him at all.
Yeah, that was crazy. Good times. Shout out to Cam Akers and JK bobbing like I'm Dobbins, huh?
Yeah. Leggett is also sneaky because you see Coker sneaking up to the 12th, which I actually like Coker a lot, but Leggett in the 14th, I don't mind it.
That report came out today about Coker playing in the slot.
Yep, which is what we were projecting.
Mm-hmm.
But it'll be fun to see. We have a real draft tomorrow, guys. So if you are wondering what's up next for Fantasyland, we've got a real draft on the stream tomorrow. Go watch the Flock League if you want to see my latest trades. And we also just released a video today. If you have finished your drafts, what I did in this video is I ranked my favorite stashes at every position outside of quarterback. So I ranked my top 15 wide receiver stashes, my running back stashes, my tight end stashes, as well as streamers for kickers and defenses in week 1. So definitely go check out that video we released today. If you've already finished a draft, don't miss your chance on, kind of stashing a high upside name for free. Obviously, when you watch those videos, you have to keep in mind that the most likely outcome is those names don't matter. That's why they're available for free on your waiver wire, right? So just keep that in mind when you are watching that video. But we also want to give you, it's the fine margins. It's the fine margins of what if I accidentally rostered, or purposely rostered a Kyron Williams. It ends up paying off, Yeah. What if I roster, the next George Kittle breakout, for example. So anyway, hopefully that makes sense.
All right, this league is about to end here.
Yes, we have a question from Freddie. He says, keeper league, keep London in the 5th or JSN in the 7th. This would be JSN in the 7th for me. I don't know about you, but those are both great prices.
Yeah, I think it's great prices regardless. I mean, the 5th round. I mean, if you really think about it,
this is very affordable.
Yeah, exactly. That's kind of what I'm thinking. I would rather go that because.
Is it full or half PPR? Sorry.
I wouldn't know, but I would go London.
Well, I'm asking Freddie.
Doesn't help.
I'm not asking you.
I'm just saying. I was giving my answer. 7th round is a black call like Jason. Oh, that's not him. All right.
That is the real draft, ladies and gentlemen. Hell
yeah.
But the 5th round still feels like it's full of players I really love, though. The 7th is a wasteland. It's full PPR. I would go JSN personally. in a full PPR.
I mean, I think there's a lot of opportunity in the 7th, though. I mean, obviously it's unrealistic, but like you can get the Goldens, the Waddles, the Tracys, the Jerrys. I mean, that's who just went in the 7th here. Stephon Diggs, Evan Ingram.
So would you rather have JSN and Travis Hunter, or London and Aaron Jones?
I think it just depends on the construction of the team.
Right.
I would agree with you. I would rather have Hunter and JSN, but like if you're telling me somebody like what if would you rather have
Waddle
Drake
should
London
never
and,
go in the 7th, so this isn't a good example.
That's what I'm saying. I just think like anything can happen. Like people can fall. We don't know what those home leagues are like, so
yeah,
but
keeper league as well. Less players will be available, so the 7th will actually look like the 9th or the 8th. I would go JSN personally, but I don't think you can make a wrong move there if it's full PPR. But Badaki is probably leaning London from the sounds of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
But you got two really good options there. So congratulations on that.
Okay.
All right, we got a question on the Flock site. Let me get to this real quick, and then we're going to do the giveaway, and then we're also going to do a team review as well. Okay. So that's going to be the order of how rest of today's stream is going to go. Shout out to 44 MSU 44 says this is reversed. I had K1 thoughts. So it sounds like they actually received the Daniel side. Let's look at their team. It sounds like it's already done. So if I'm reading this correctly, he actually got the Daniel side of this trade. Let us know if we're wrong.
That's the way I'm reading it. So he got Jaden Daniels, Dave Montgomery, and Brock Bowers, but he sent away Ricky Chase, or Kyler Murray, Ricky Chase Brown, and Tyler Warren.
It's a start 7, so I do love the idea of getting elite onesies, which is what he did.
Yeah, he got Brock Bowers.
I want to see the rest of his lineup, though, because there is more overall value on the right side. Brown is my most valuable player here. I prefer Pearsall over Monty. But, again, in a start 7, you really want those elite onesies. Those make a big difference on your team. So if he's already made the trade, maybe he can confirm to us if he's already completed the trade. Let's try and find his team here.
He's in the chat with us for sure.
Okay. Okay, right. So he's at the top. So if he's already completed the trade, now he's starting Daniels, Gibbs, Henderson, Thomas, Harrison, Bowers. And he can only start one more name between Monty, T-Mac, Egbuka, DJ Moore. Wow. How did you draft such a good team?
Yeah, I personally would take the Jaden Daniels side just because that up tier at that tight end position is pretty significant. Same thing with that quarterback position. You're going from the tight end 1, like, Tyler Warren, wherever you have him specifically, let's just say he's a top 5 to 7 tight end. You're going from the top 5 to 7 tight end to the number 1 tight end. You're going from Kyler Murray, who's a top 7 to 12 quarterback, to the number 3 quarterback, or top 3 quarterback, right? Like, I think that's a pretty significant boost. But yes, you are getting hurt a little bit with Chase Brown and David Montgomery, but I think that evens out with the upside of Travion Henderson.
Yeah, I love this a lot, especially because your team was already stacked. This is one of the many cool features of our draft guide, by the way, in case you guys have never seen our draft guide before. Let's have it load, which is available to anyone who has a season pass with the promo code LAND, as well as our cheat sheet. But these are all clickable links, and positional impact is one of the things we talk about a lot. You'll hear it throughout the year. When you ask us a trade question, when you ask us about how you draft the fantasy football team, we will constantly talk about your starting lineup, because your settings, your lineup, your league, that determines everything, right? And in a start 7, quarterbacks and tight ends contribute to the highest percentage of any other format. So almost 29% of your lineup is contributed to the quarterback and tight end spot. That's the highest of any starting lineup. So for you to have elite guys at those two positions in the Daniels and the Bowers and still not suffer, you're still going to have Monty, Monty, Egbuka, DJ Moore on your bench. I really like the trade for you. I think you did a great job.
That's great.
Now, it would be different if you were doing this trade and then you were starting JCM and, you know, you had Jordan Addison as your next receiver that you couldn't start yet and Keenan Allen. But because your team is already stacked, how did you draft? Did you use our cheat sheet? Did we help at all? Did we give you any good advice, or did you just kill it on your own? I hope we helped, because this is a fucking banger team. Excuse me. Well done. Really well done.
Yeah, man. Appreciate you.
Yeah, congratulations on that team. All right. We're going to do the giveaway. This is your last chance to enter. This is your last chance to enter. All right.
Right here, right now.
We're giving away a 2025 team playbook. And the best part is, after we finish this giveaway, we're going to jump straight into a playbook for someone who's already purchased one, so you can see it outworked in real time. And if you want to enter the giveaway, all you have to do is type in 1 week, just like Joe TV just did. All right, it's one word, 1 week, one word. All right, and after you do that, like the stream. Once you've done those two things, you'll officially be entered into today's giveaway. And I can give you a live update on how many entries we have. We currently have 50. It just jumped to 51. We currently have 51 entries. So let's give a countdown. Let's edge them a little bit, Badaki. Go ahead. Go ahead.
52. Okay, a countdown for your last chance to get into the giveaway here. 3, 2, 1.
Go ahead. Count down from 10.
I counted. 10, 9, 8,
Yeah.
7, 6, 5,
Yes.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Okay. Perfect. All right.
55.
That is your last chance there, and that was so out of pocket.
That's crazy.
All right.
Why people don't like you.
There's many reasons people don't like me. We're going to go ahead and spin this wheel here. Whoever wins is officially getting a team playbook, and you'll contact us via Discord. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Congratulations to our winner today, and their name is... Oh my God, is it Styles? It's Styles. Hey, shout out to Styles, longtime supporter of the channel. Styles, this needs to be a redraft one, by the way, when you submit it. But, yeah, shout out to Styles. Styles knows us very well. Styles, DM us on Discord. We're going to hook you up, my friend. He has been supporting us for years, so it's awesome to see, you know, him get
Some of the
some
community
love
kind
too.
of get something back. Yeah, that's awesome.
So Styles, DM us. We'd be happy to give you this playbook for free, man. Appreciate y'all. Thanks for being here, gang. And just stay tuned to the stream. We're going to keep doing these giveaways and showing some love to y'all as much as we can. Okay, let's go ahead and let's do this playbook here. This is maybe the last thing that we'll do. I will say, if you do want to get your review in today, there is a queue that is completely open. All right. So if anybody out there wants a review of their fantasy football team, now is a great time to submit it. Here's how you can submit it, okay? There's two ways. Team Playbook is a customized review of your fantasy football team. We'll give you customized trade targets. You'll dominate your fantasy league with our help. All you have to do is use the promo code LAND to become a 2025 annual Mother Flocker member. You'll get a voucher that you can use through the Flock store, and then you just, you know, submit it with Zach and Badaki. Now, the other option there, by the way, link is in the comments. The other option is if you're already a season pass member with the promo code LAND, what you can do is you can go to your account, go to edit plan, and upgrade to the annual Mother Flocker tier. That will take off the price of the season pass, give you the annual membership as well as the team playbook voucher, the team review voucher with Zach and Badaki. So that is available to you guys. But of course, if you're a season pass member, you can also just purchase one a la carte through the Flock store, whatever floats your boat. But let's go and let's give a review to Mas here, shall we?
Hey, Mossberry, appreciate you once again. Thank you so much for the support here. Let's have a look at this team. At the moment, what I'm seeing here on my end, it's a 1 quarterback, 12 team start, 7. So that is, of course, all heavy hitters, meaning that you want the best of the best at each position here.
Just like the trade we just looked at. Same exact
Exactly.
idea, yeah.
Same exact idea for this trade. He says, I'm looking to upgrade my team, not willing to give up my Vikings core, though. I'm in a 12-man league, and it's a family league. I need to win this shit and willing to make some risks.
I love it.
And Mystery Man is your name, meaning you're currently ranked second.
Yep. In my rankings.
Yeah, currently ranked second in Zach's rankings. And let's have a look at this team here. At the quarterback position, JJ McCarthy, running back, Jahmyr Gibbs, Omarion, James Conner, with the wide receiver being Ted, Travis, Emiko, Waddle, Calvin Roman, Brock Bowers. Okay. Look, of course, in the onesie positioning, having a name like Brock Bowers is absolutely huge. That's going to be someone that's going to be an untouchable or untradeable, excuse me. And it looks like in this draft, what you did, you probably went Jahmyr Gibbs.
Yeah.
Brock Bowers fell to you there. And then also got a Marion, or vice versa, which is not a bad start
I
there.
would imagine it went Gibbs, Bowers, Omarion, McMillan.
Yeah.
And those would be his untouchables, right? The untradables would be Gibbs and Bowers.
Untradables, yeah. Some stashes.
Yeah, let's look at the waiver wire, because I would probably prefer to stash some of these other names over like a Jerome Ford. Like, I would probably go ahead and cut Romeo Doubs straight away from this roster. Just respectfully, he's gonna be someone you can pick up off the waiver wire anyway. I would much rather stash a Braylon Allen, a Bashal Tootin. So I will be comfortable to drop like a Ford and a Dobbs. Ford could be the starter, but it's a bad offense. I think Dylan Sampson's going to get work too. So do you want the split backfield in a bad offense? What if Judkins signs? So I think there's a possibility the range of outcome for a Jerome Ford is he might be a flexible name, best case scenario, in a bad offense, right?
Yeah.
Whereas if they trade Etienne or Bigsby in Jacksonville, what could Bashul Tootin be for you? Like, he could have a much higher upside. Braylon Allen, if they do the same thing with Breece Hall, they're already talking about Braylon being, an important part of that offense, even if Breece stays. So I would instantly cut Romeo Doubs. If we're looking at our cut forecast, I would cut him today. Okay, and I would be comfortable to drop Jerome Ford to pick up those two running backs as well. Coker, I would prefer over Dobbs too. Coker's another name, but I would also drop Otten, and I would pick up Coker. And the other thing I would do here, Badaki, is I would roster Justin Fields. I love JJ McCarthy, and I'm not asking you to drop him, but maybe instead of picking up Jalen Coker, then you pick up just Justin Fields and Otten. So again, let's clarify. We're dropping Ford, Dobbs, and Otten, and we're picking up Fields, Tootin, and Allen. Okay, and the reason we're doing that is because I love stashing JJ McCarthy. I don't love relying on him as my week one starter, right? So, yeah, I would prefer in an ideal world to stash McCarthy instead of rely on him week one. Like, are you on the same page with me there, though?
Yeah, look, I'm okay with that. Just like for the graphics sake, I'm just thinking about it. So untradables going to be two Brock Bowers, Jahmyr Gibbs. Stashes, I guess we can kind of put. Well, specifically, is there anyone we want to hold that's on his team now that we don't want to trade away early in season? So
I would go ahead and
put
the Tootins and the Allens as stashes.
Okay, sure.
Right, those would be my stashes because I think they're much better stashes than what he has today.
Okay, and then the waiver wire pickups will be Justin Jefferson or Justin Fields and Coker.
Yeah.
Okay, just wanted to clarify, just so like we're on the same page.
Yeah.
There, especially when he gets his playbook.
Okay, great. What else admin do we have to do? Sorry.
Depth importance is going to probably be 1 out of 10 just because of that. The overall team grade, what are you thinking there? I mean, I think I like this team. I would say this is like a B+ type of team. I think the wide receivers are a little bit weak in
wide receiver in quarterback's the two areas where, you're struggling a bit, but you see the upside. Like if T-Mac and Hunter hit and Igbuka, you just have 3 rookie wide receivers. So that is maybe the one issue there with this team. But yeah, I'm with you on the grade.
Agreed. Okay, awesome.
All right, is that all admin?
Yep.
Okay, look, when you draft a team like this, okay, and you draft 3 rookies, it's difficult to give you trade ideas before week 1 because when you draft Hampton, when you draft McMillan, Hunter, Egbuka, 4 of your 7 starters here are rookies. So you're going to find it really difficult to make a bunch of trades before week 1, especially in a casual league like this with your family, right? It's like a family league. Maybe they're not casual. I'm sorry if they're not, but all I'm saying is I think you're going to find it really difficult to like make some big move right now before week 1. But
yeah,
if we're looking at your starting lineup, you got McCarthy, Gibbs, Hampton, McMillan, Hunter, Bowers. That's 6. You can only start one more name between Egbuka, Waddle, and Ridley. So what I think you could probably do, and Badaki, let me know if you disagree here, is I would probably be comfortable packaging like a Ridley and a Connor or a Waddle and a Connor and upgrading at the position, running back in particular.
Yep.
So again, I would probably suggest to hold as your team is currently constructed for now. But if you're going to make a move, I would say this is where you could make that move. And I'm just going to say Ridley and Waddle interchangeable in trades. You know, just so he understands where we're coming from. All right?
Yeah, I'm there with you. Loving it.
So, again, all these trades are interchangeable, but let's go find a team that we can maybe give a wide receiver to. Let's start with the name open to trade. Maybe that's a good idea. The team who's named open to trade. Now, their running back room is disgusting in a great way. It's beautiful. And unfortunately, I don't see you getting Derrick Henry for this package. Like, I don't think you can package these names and get Derrick Henry, but I'm not going to tell you not to try it. Again, very, very clear. I don't think that's going to happen. But I want to just say, sure, if they're open to a trade, maybe you start a conversation there. But ideally, we find a team that has a little bit more of a realistic upgrade and needs wide receiver help. So, for example, the team that has Josh Downs as wide receiver 3. I feel like a Kyron or a James Cook could make sense. So Connor and Waddle for Kyron Williams, plus maybe we take back Shakir. Or Josh Downs. You know, like Josh Downs would be perfect.
Yeah.
But if not Josh Downs, Shakir is fine. I would be comfortable with that. Kind of just upgrading your room in that fashion. So that's a good idea. Would you do... Yeah, no. No. Let's keep looking. Guy who has Addison, could you get your hands on Travion Henderson? So could you do like a Henderson Coleman?
Okay.
What do you think about that?
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
Actually, we're not going to get Henderson. You already have so many rookies. I'm sorry. We're not doing that. You already have so many freaking rookies. Let's keep looking here. Pacheco, Marvin. Just want to make sure we've looked at all of our options here for you. Kamara, Pollard. I don't mind the... Yeah, there's just... Between London and Myers, there's not much there to make a deal work after the in-betweens. So I think those are your main options. Now, only other thing I would say, Badaki, is long-term. Okay, like long-term play. Let's make this clear. Long-term play is to get an elite quarterback.
Yeah.
Right? In a start 7, we just talked about it with the previous trade. But in an ideal world, you land a Allen, Lamar, Hurts, Daniels. Right? So in an ideal world, that is going to really push your team over the top there. We didn't check team 1. Just double checking team 1 here. I don't mind
this is the trade that he made, no?
What?
Oh no, sorry. I was thinking of the last trade. This has Chase Brown.
Right.
Never mind.
Well, I don't mind the idea of like a Chase Brown in this deal as well. If Chase Brown in your league fell to like the 3rd round or something, that could be realistic.
Yeah.
Okay, but again, like in this hypothetical world, you package like, you know, a Buka and a Fields, a Buka and a McCarthy, a Ridley and a Fields, a Ridley and a McCarthy. Let's say Ridley is this year's Terry McLaurin, and you can afford to trade one of these names. Let's say Travis Hunter is great, but you know all these other guys are stepping up on your roster as well. In an ideal world, in like let's say 4 weeks from now, who is the expendable name on your roster that you can upgrade the quarterback position to?
Yeah, I agree.
So
what about Bo Nix? I would throw Bo Nix in that range.
I love Bo Nix.
I feel like if anything, that might be the cheaper option. I wonder if you can do James Conner and Waddle for like a Bo Nix, depending on with the team construction.
Well, yeah, Conner's going ahead of Bo Nix pretty easily in drafts. But I think we can hold on that idea for now. It's just like a long-term play. Would you agree?
Yeah, long-term play. Yeah, okay. 100%.
Yeah. All right. Anything else on this team? Anything else we haven't talked about? I like it.
No, I think it's a great team, and I mean,
he's in a great
spot. You kind of drafted really well. That's kind of all you needed to do. But we appreciate you, Mace. You should be receiving your playbook here within 48 to 72 hours. I'm going to be grinding out playbooks here all weekend. I know there's some people messaging me about that, so stay tuned this weekend, trying to get those out for you for the NFL season, so we know exactly how your playbook is going to turn out. But we appreciate each and every one of you. But great team, I would say.
Yes. All right. I think we did get another playbook that just came through. Let's have a look here. If you guys want us to have a look at your fantasy football team, if you want a team review, yes, Baller just submitted one. So we'll have a look at Baller's team. But again, if you guys are out there and want us to have a look at your fantasy football team, there's a couple ways that you can do it. I'll just explain in case you are interested. The first way is by becoming a promo code LAND annual Mother Flocker member on the Flock site. So when you become an annual Mother Flocker member, you get access to the site for an entire year. But you also get a free team playbook voucher, as well as all of like the start sit trade question vouchers, all of those. But if you're already a member of a different promo code and you want us to review your team still, you can go to the site and purchase a team review from us a la carte. That's completely up to you. There's no pressure to do so. Or if you're a season pass member already, you can actually go to your account, edit your plan, and upgrade from the season pass to an annual Mother Flocker membership. And that will give you a voucher for the team playbook as well with that upgrade. All right, let's look at Baller 998, shall we?
Yeah, let's do it. All right, Baller, appreciate you. He says, what can I do to better my team, and should I pick up JCM and drop Myers? Passing TDs are worth 6 points, by the way. Okay, and this is a 1 quarterback, 10 team start 8, which is our meat and potatoes here.
Yep, so that's the exact same format as a Flock League, by the way.
Yeah, exact same format there. Let's have a look at this team. Jared Goff, JJ McCarthy. Running back position, CMC, Omarion, Travion, Pacheco, really good running back room. At the wide receiver position, CD, Drake, Marvin, Rome. This is crazy start, to be fair. I mean,
yeah.
And then Tyler Warren, Colston, Loveland there. So
this team is way too good.
Yeah.
It's a 10 team though.
Lamb. Yeah, it is 10 team league, to be fair. CeeDee Lamb, I would say, is the only untouchable. I would personally say there.
I would add McCaffrey. Personally.
Okay, sure. We can do McCaffrey. I wouldn't, but that's
I wouldn't be trading McCaffrey or Lamb personally.
Okay, stashes would probably be.
You'd want to stash JJ, see what he can do, considering Goff is your number 1. I would stash Loveland as well. And as far as your waiver wire, it's chocked full of options. This is what a 10-team league looks like, though. You've got JCM on the waiver wire.
Yeah, I feel like he's definitely worth picking up. Trey Benson is also there as well. I see
there
that.
Are so many running backs I would pick up off the waiver wire. In fact,
Allen.
We're going to talk about some strategies that you can implement, but I will be doing a lot of 2-for-1s. Like if I can go trade Pacheco and a Dunze and upgrade at wide receiver, if I can trade Pacheco and Warren and go upgrade at tight end, At quarterback, I would love to free up a couple spots here to go add a JCM, to go add a Trey Benson, a Tootin, and Allen, because your waiver wire is chocked full of great players. So freeing up a bench space is going to be very helpful for you. But there's no one on this team I really want to cut. Maybe... Yeah, I don't really want to cut
I feel like
maybe...
if there was someone that's going to be cut right here, it's probably be JJ. Just
Right.
because of how many quarterbacks on the waiver wire, like Drake May, Jordan Love, Justin Fields, Tua, it's Trevor Lawrence. I feel like, not saying you have to cut him now, but if there is somebody you needed to cut to get somebody, let's say JCM goes off week 1, JJ McCarthy is the first guy that I am dropping.
Basically,
right?
you're
So,
saying you can easily stream a quarterback in this league, so you probably shouldn't be rostering 2. So if Goff is your starter, it's probably a wiser idea to stash these running backs, considering there's 6 names on your waiver wire that you can start at quarterback. So I kind of agree with you there. All right. What other admin haven't we done?
depth of importance, probably 3 out of 10. Overall team grade, which I really like.
Depth,
I think this is
I would say 1 with this format, the 10 teams. Sorry.
Oh, 10 teams. Sure.
Sorry, go ahead. I don't want to cut you off, but I want to make sure we're on the same page.
Overall team grade, probably like B plus A minus. I really like this team.
I'd go A minus. Yeah, we could upgrade in some areas, but yeah.
Yeah, but that's about it. That's all admin.
Okay, let's jump in. I know exactly what I would do if I had this league and this team. I would be aggressively trying to trade before the season. I would package Pacheco and Loveland or Warren, either one, see what I could do there. I would package Pacheco and Goff and see if I could upgrade. I would be willing to package Pacheco and I love a Dunze, but I'd be willing to package a Pacheco and a Dunze too.
Yep.
And I would be willing to do 2 trades before the season begins where I upgrade my roster doing a 2-for-1. So why don't we find a team that needs a running back? We're going to leave your team open here, but running back, this G Money team is ranked 10th, and they have Joe Mixon as their RB3, so that's perfect. They also have Malik Neighbors and George Kittle. So can we send them Pacheco and Loveland for George Kittle? If that's not possible, can we send them Warren and Loveland? Or sorry, Warren and Pacheco. I'm fine to do either of those to go get a George Kittle and get an elite onesie in such a small league. I don't think you can get a Malik Neighbors, but what if you package like Pacheco and Marvin for Neighbors? You could try and make it that 3-for-3 where you send Warren in this deal as well.
Yeah.
And get Kittle. So Neighbors and Kittle. And we'd be comfortable to add a Juwan Jennings to the deal if that somehow pushes it over the top. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I don't mind
that would be more than ideal because you get 2 elite names and you open up 2 roster spots on your waiver wire. So that's a great start. As the first team we've viewed, we've already found a lot of ideas for you. Let's keep looking here, though. The team that's ranked 9th at running back has Harvey Monty. I'm not sure they would view you as a big player in a trade, like a good trade partner. But could you get Josh Allen? Could we trade Pacheco, Goff, and Juwan Jennings or something? That's probably unrealistic. Let's not go for Josh Allen yet. How about the guy who has Judkins as his RB3? That could work.
Judkins, let's see. I'm trying to find that groove, right?
Can we give them Pacheco and Goff for Daniels? That doesn't sound crazy to me.
No, that doesn't sound crazy at all.
And then you open up a free roster spot. Pick up JCM straight away. Again, I feel so confident about the moves I would make in a league like this. I don't think Henry is possible or Brian, so let's keep looking. JSN, maybe. You think if you did a... No. Like a Jennings Pacheco? Or does this guy need tight end? Perfect. He needs tight end.
Yeah, he does. He does need tight end.
Let's send him Pacheco and Loveland for JSN. If not, let's send him Pacheco and Warren for JSN. Either one. That is perfect.
I'm loving that.
Chase Brown, maybe if you went like Pacheco. Pacheco Adunze. Well, we would go Brown.
Well, he has DJ Moore, so I don't think he's gonna want that.
Yeah, fair. Yeah, that's not gonna work. Yeah, just double checking we haven't missed any other team that could be an option here. The guy who has Bijan has Jones as his RB2. And he's got Trey McBride. So can we send him Pacheco and Loveland for Trey McBride? What do you think about that?
Yeah.
And again, if you're worried about losing some of these players, I promise you, my friend, you can afford to make these moves with the rosters that you guys are rocking. Those are the main moves I'd be looking to make. I would just be aggressively doing 2-for-1s.
Yeah, I would agree. 2-for-1s is huge. Pick up the guys that you're going to have on the waiver wires there, and then continue to build your team off like that. I think this is a great team, man. We appreciate you. Thank you so much for submitting that. Once again, should be receiving that playbook here within 48 to 72 hours for your game plan to go in season. But we appreciate you. Thank you so much.
And again, whoever Primetime is, check your DMs on the Flock site. We're trying to do your team review, but we don't have enough information, my friend. But guys, that's it for today. Great news is our queue on the Flock site is completely open. So whether it's a trade question, start sit, next stream, which is tomorrow, you'll be the first on the queue, team review, whatever the case may be. But guys, thanks so much for watching the video. Do us a favor, hit that like button on the way out. And if you haven't gotten your playbook yet, like Badaki said, he's going to get all those done this weekend. All right, those will all be in
so much been happening, so I appreciate the patience, but a lot is happening here on the back end trying to get ready for the season.
Yeah,
all those playbooks should be out and caught up by this weekend. I'm grinding throughout the weekend for you guys. Okay, so keep that in mind. Appreciate you.
All right, guys, love ya. We'll see you tomorrow for another draft. My dad is in tomorrow's draft, so that should be fun.
We should get him on the stream.
He always causes chaos. He's actually sick as a dog right now, so we'll see.
Oh, he might just miss the draft as a whole.
No, he'll draft. He's been looking.
Get him on the stream anyway. Get him in the background on his laptop.
Yeah.
On the couch.
Might have to. All right. Love you guys. See you soon. Later.
Love.